Yeah, recording. I'm going to mute myself and then you can do everything like normal and I'll be back as soon as I can.
Yep, cool. No worries, honey.
All right, where's my mute? There.
So here we are.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward now, isn't it?
This will be an interesting part of the recording.
Yeah. I kind of don't want to talk about anything. There's some things I could talk to you about, but I don't really want to do it right now. I've just been trying to, because I normally don't start this. Who's that? Oh, hey, Laura. Yeah, I don't normally start doing this until after the call.
Okay, for the week. Yep.
So I just have so much up until Wednesday, so I've just been trying to cram in all these
listening stuff.
tips and stuff. I wonder how many more people are going to jump on. Oh, Laura's just rocking Zara to sleep. Hi. You there, Kristen?
She's frozen.
Yeah. Oh, Marlies is there.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hi.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Long time no see.
I just wait one more minute to see if anyone else is going to jump on, then we'll begin, okay?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, who's that? Is that you, Kristen?
Yeah, sorry, my thing's playing up a bit, so hopefully I'm all right.
Yep, can hear you.
Cool.
Alrighty. Can we get started, do you think? 6 of us on. That should be enough to get started. Jana's going to join us back when she can. I think she's got guests or something.
Sure.
Alrighty. So week 3, guys. Week 3, and we're, what are we, 4th on the leaderboard? Which is pretty amazing. And that's just, 4th on the leaderboard just with our group tasks, not with individuals. So if we all, I guess, challenge ourselves a little bit more in the individual part, we can up ourselves up a little higher. That's exciting.
Very.
Awesome work. Very, very cool. All right, so this week is culture and community, meeting their needs. So we were asked to watch the Building a Fired Up Empire with the 80-15-5 rule. And did everyone get a chance to watch it?
Yeah.
Yep, awesome, great. So how about we have a little discussion? So we're looking at think and discuss in your group how you can better attract, engage and excite micro entrepreneurs in your business. How can we maximise the time to effectively and add more value? Would anyone like to begin?
So I think Linda spoke in the group, on the video about creating, separate groups, like a leadership group, and then having all the 80s in another group so you can manage them all together. I think at the moment I've just got a bunch of 80s. I think that's my team, is the micro entrepreneurs. So yeah, for me personally, I feel like because my team's not massive anyway, I feel like I sort of speak to them really sort of individually or, you know, a couple of girls at a time type thing. But, yeah, I mean, I wrote a lot of points down from what I got out of it. I don't know if you want me to go through that or...
Sure.
So just being the best distributor, so the whole monkey see, monkey do thing. So for our team seeing us, you know, putting on team and putting on customers, and they're obviously going to want to follow in our footsteps, and just no shooting on people. I think I sometimes do it. I think I just get so excited and see the potential in people and, you know, you should watch this or jump on training tonight or tagging them and, you know, suggesting that they do certain things, but then a lot of the time that they don't do it. So I don't know. I find it a really hard balance to either micromanage or just to completely let them go, because I know if I just completely let some of them go, they won't really do anything for themselves. So it's hard to know where that fine line is. Being comfortable with everyone just going at their own pace and everyone's on their own journey and meeting people where they're at. And stop doing everything for them. So stop sending them all the links and all the information that they ask for, but more telling them where they can go and find it themselves. I think I am probably guilty of that as well. In my mind, I think, I know exactly where it is. I can get it to them really quickly. I'll just do it for them. So then they always sort of come to me and say, oh, have you got this or have you got that? And I don't know. For me, I'm like, oh, I've got it. It's easy. Then it's just, I know that it's done. But I guess it's more teaching them how to search for separate links and videos and things like that and making it simple. You know, just ensuring, you know, explaining to them that they don't need to know everything. I feel like I definitely do have a couple of new girls on my team who are really, really reluctant to do anything posting or talking to everyone or anyone, because I feel like they need to know everything. Because I think certain personality types, some people just want to get going and get stuck into it, and others like need to process things and learn it, and because they're worried that if someone asks them a question and they don't know the answer, they're going to look silly. So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit in that area. Creating the separate groups, and you know, the people that with two hands up will get our full attention, but if they're sort of just dipping their toe in, like trying not to devote too much time to them and start, I think I need to do that and like worry about building new team rather than focusing on the ones that aren't doing as much as I would like them to do. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know if that's how I was meant to do it, but that's sort of just what I got out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think if everyone just goes through their points, it's either going to enforce things in our own heads, and we can have a little discussion about that as well. I think the one thing that I kept hearing Linda say, or that really stuck, was she said about the chips, throwing the chips in the air, and they're going to land where they're going to land. You can't influence the outcome. And I know for the last 3 years, in particular the first 2 years of my business, I had 3 team. And I just concentrated and put everything into those three team. I did everything for them. I micromanaged the life out of the poor people, and I don't think none of them are still here. So there's my tip: don't do that, because people, they don't want that. They don't want to be micromanaged. And I guess that 80% is that 80% are 80% of your business, but they're also happy doing what they're doing. So just keep going. Like if they're 80%ers, don't sit there around a flagpole and entertain the 80%ers. Go and find the other people. Just keep working, because eventually they'll start to see momentum in your team, and either they're going to be excited by that and catch up to you, or they're not. And that's okay, because we still need that 80% there helping us with other parts of our business, help us to qualify. They're still a very important part of our business. It doesn't matter what level they're at, and you only need a few of the 5%ers. You need 5% of 5%ers. You need 15% of 15%ers and 80% of the 80%ers. So it's just don't spend too much energy on the ones that you don't need to spend the energy on. I guess the things I've got here is she said about training slows down momentum, and for those people that are really want to know everything, it makes it hard to be excited about the simplicity of what it is. Basically, it's fruits and veggies in a capsule. Everyone needs it, and the more technical you get, the harder that is to duplicate. So I still have to remind myself of that all the time, because I have a lot of people in my team that want to know everything. They want to know all the ins and outs and how does this work. And I guess using the resources and knowing that the resources are there, and just reminding myself that everyone doesn't have to know everything. The resources are there, and when you've got a question, it's like any job. If you're in any job that you have, and if you're new and you don't know everything, you say, sorry, I'm new, I don't really know everything. It makes sense to me, I'm new, but I'll find out for you. There's no harm in that. It shows that it's, you don't have to be an expert. Work with the workers, the ones with 2 hands up. Look for who deserves your time. When she's talking about the 15%, she was saying about the 3 tasks. So find the people that are willing to do the work, have your coaching call, give them 3 tasks, 3 high-paying activities to go ahead and do, and schedule your next call or Zoom, whatever it is. And if they come back to you and they've done those 3 things, then you give them 3 more things. If they come back and they've done none, we can reschedule the call. But you can only do that 1 or 2 times, and then when they've done nothing, it's showing me that they're not that engaged. And you say, do those 3 things and then come back to me, and then you're putting the onus on them, and you're not actually responsible for constantly following them up. She kept saying, run with many, can't carry any. So work with the workers, run with as many as those that want to run. And I remember Celine doing a training years ago, and she said, you can climb the mountain, with all those people that want to get to the top, but don't sit in the log. There'll be plenty of people that want to stop and sit on the log, but don't sit on the log with them. You keep going. You keep leading the leaders. And the ones that are sitting on the log, they'll catch up if they want to, or they'll stay sitting on the log and enjoy the view from there, and that's fine. But don't sit on the log with them. So, yeah, run with many, can't carry any. I love that. Another thing was, am I ready to be a leader? So I remember I saw her doing that with her hand. She's saying, I want you all to come, or I want you to all come and join my team, but I'm not ready for you yet. So I feel like that's where I'm at as well. Like if I set myself up and my business is ready to go, do I have everything in place that I need to have to just make that really duplicatable? Or am I still, in a micromanagement mind frame? So that really stuck out to me, and I will be looking a bit more into that. You've got to handle what you have. You want people to be independent and empowered. Show them, teach them, let them. And your team will do 20% of what you do. So if you're doing not much, your team are probably going to do even less. So those things were really, it doesn't matter how many times I watch this, it's always something different. And I've been doing this for a while, and I've heard the same things over and over again. And I was actually at the training when they did the 80-15-5 in America, one of the first conferences I went to, and it was mind-blowing back then. And now it makes so much more sense, and it's so much more relevant. And every time I hear it, it's even more so. So, the other thing was attraction marketing. So, act as if. They were kind of my little outtakes from that, guys. So if anyone else wants to jump in and add theirs.
Yeah, I'll share. I loved all the points that you guys have already brought up, but I think the biggest thing that really hit me was her marble analogy with the white marbles and the purple marbles with her little rubbish bin. It was really cute. But just the fact that there are so many people out there, and we don't have to focus on just that one distributor. We can keep finding people, and until we do find that purple marble, we just keep picking out from that bin, keep sharing, and that's all we have to do. And when we do find that purple marble, that's awesome. We help them as much as they want, and then we keep finding more purple marbles, but there's going to be heaps of white marbles in between, but that's okay. And I thought that was really cool. That's my biggest takeout, I think, from that.
Awesome. Yeah. Does anyone else want to share? Kristen, have you got anything more?
Sorry guys, I haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet, so I'll make sure I get to that and get all my stuff done this week. But I guess just from what you guys are saying, my upline Jodie, she's spoken to me a lot about the purple marble thing that you were just saying, and like I know she's set up. She's got a big team now, and then she's got one team chat that everybody's in there, and it's just like, you know, asking questions and putting in info and stuff like that. And then she's got a separate chat with only about 5 of us in it. And I think Jodie's like 39 club or something now. So she's got a fairly decent team. And I think, yeah, there's this other chat with 5, maybe 6 of us that she calls it Purple Marbles group. And we're the ones that are, there every week saying, yep, give me, you know, I want to be involved. I want to do this, and actively working. And for everyone else, it's just sort of, hey guys, this is on if you want to be involved or not. And I've taken a lot from her. I don't have a huge team yet, but the girls, you know, I think I've got 4 or 5 now. And I had one girl who at the start just, you know, wasn't ready. And she was one who, if I'd say, hey, look at this link or do this or da, she'd just sort of disappear into the shadows. And I thought, oh, I don't know what's going to happen there. And just in the last month, she's gone, I'm ready. I want to do this. Because I just learnt to, like I think through talking to my upline realised I can't, she's not in the same headspace as I am. She's not ready to do it the same way I am. I had to let her go. And now she's becoming my little purple marble where she's, in action. But it was really hard for me to just leave them all be and just think, sorry. I don't know if that's probably off topic because I haven't actually watched it.
Well,
but that's sort of learnt a lot of, you can't
can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Expect if just or sort of get frustrated with it or get hung up on it. Just let them do their own thing and let them go, and they'll make what they want of it. And I can see I had a big shift at the start of the year and I got into action and I kind of got more confident and comfortable, and that's had a flow-on effect to them. Like what you were just saying, they'll do, 20% of what we do. I can see the difference in my team, seeing my momentum and seeing my promotions and that sort of thing. So that just do your own thing and lead from the top and they'll follow on. And
Yeah, 100%. Laura, did you want to share?
Sure thing. So, I guess just following on from the white and purple marbles, that like the boom moment for me was last year at conference when Linda went through that with us, and me realizing that I had been just focusing on all the white marbles and getting frustrated with my business and wanting it so much more for the teamies than what they wanted because they just weren't ready. And although like Mel, I guess a lot of them, they're not in my business anymore, it was really great just to kind of show me sort of, I guess, where I was at as a leader and where I needed to improve. And I guess with that as well, like with your team doing 20% of what you do, when I kind of heard that analogy, I was getting so frustrated because I guess I had people like you, Kristen, who, they didn't want to do anything at all. And then they'd kind of, or maybe it was Joe that said it. Anyway, like I had a few team who would just kind of like, you'd ask them to watch a link or do like a post and they would just literally disappear. And I was getting frustrated wondering why they weren't even doing, 5% of what I was doing. And it's because I guess, they're in that 80% and probably towards the lower end, and that's okay. And I just needed to love them where they were at. But I just wanted to touch on a few things that Mel and Joe were talking about as well with the, I guess, not managing, but how you're dividing your time with that 80, 15 and 5. So recently what worked really well for my team is we had a bunch of new girls who were launching their businesses, and we started a group chat with them all, like as we were organizing, helping them with posting and how to like respond and talk to people and invite. And as we were setting up the group chat and encouraging them to all participate in it, I had probably like 4 or so of the girls who kept messaging me individually, asking me different questions. And instead of taking the time to sit there and, you know, write back and help them craft a response, I did what Mel's done to me many of time, which used to frustrate me, but it's probably the best thing she ever did. And instead of answering them, I said, that's a really great question. Can you pop that in our group chat so that we can all learn from each other? And, you know, as we help you, that'll help the other girls. And then as, you know, a few of them were like, oh, I'm too nervous to post in front of everyone. But as they got out of their comfort zones and they did that, the other girls were then, I guess, more comfortable with stepping out of their comfort zones and for asking for help in front of everyone else. And because what they were going through, everyone else was feeling the same thing. And when, you know, one girl was like, oh, I'm so nervous for this, like, should I send it? Someone else was like, oh, like, I feel the same way as you, like, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. So rather than, I guess, enabling and just focusing on the one-on-one, by empowering them to go into the group chat, I think they got so much more out of that than what they would have if I just spent that time one-on-one. Plus, it saved me a lot of time as a leader too. And then, I guess, going back to the people who really want to know everything, I was that person. I was what I guess you call a blueprint learner. And, you know, like Mel said, it's just about knowing. So you as a leader need to know where those resources are so you can direct them. Because I was often like, I guess, kind of proud that I knew a lot of things. So when I was bringing on team, I was like, yep, sure, here's the link, here's all this information. But then it was just overwhelming people. And when I guess I kind of took a step back and I could see they were being overwhelmed, now when I'm saying this is where you go and find it, they're finding it in their own time and it's teaching them so they can then teach their teams. And with those, like the 3 tasks and the high paying activities, I can kind of relate that to this new system and the steps that Linda's put in place with starting new team. Because with one of my new girls, with the steps, I think she's up to step 3 or 4 at the moment. And she's coming to me in her time saying, yep, I've done it. Or she'll like send me a message after work and be like, I'm up to this step, I've just got to do this thing, and then we can get started on step 4. And it's making them more excited by kind of, I guess, breaking it up into those smaller little steps. So, yeah, I'm really quite happy with how trialing Linda's new steps is going at the moment. I think that was more or less everything I kind of got out of it. But, yeah, probably one of the big things is just, you know, just running and not carrying people anymore. Because now that I'm running with them, like my business has just turned around completely. And yeah, you just got to realize what you're doing and be, I guess, what they always tell us, teachable and coachable and willing to change and surrender to the system that works. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Hey, also, I just wanted to add, so one of the really good examples that Laura gave just yesterday was in our team. She had like a really good live training, and it was like for everyone. It was a big blanket thing. Like it wasn't like this is like specifically for you. It was like a big training. It was live, and it was a really good way to have that there for those like purple marbles that would actually listen. And it is also there for the white ones, but it depends on whether they're actually going to listen or not. But it's there, and it was like a really cool thing to do. I thought, have that live training to, yeah, also save time.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing that I just want to point out with that training I did was, I guess I kind of mentioned that I'd observed a few things that were happening in our team, and they're not things that I would choose to do to run my business, but rather than, I guess, singling out those people and trying to coach them around it, I could see that just going the wrong way and making them feel bad. I guess if I just kind of approached them and was like, hey, I'd probably do this, you know, that like completely differently. It was, I think, a nice way to kind of address an overlying issue and just kind of refresh it for everyone. And as I was doing the training, it was refreshing so much stuff for me. And I'm like, hang on, maybe I need to check myself on this too. But yeah, that's probably all from me.
Can I ask, the steps that Linda's doing, like the Start Strong steps, are they in Spirit anywhere?
Yep, they should be in the file section.
Okay. I'd be interested just to see what they're about.
Yeah, it's just a great way of like launching your new team. Like the first one like has all their details for starting up their franchise, and there's a welcome video that Linda's done. And then once they've sent that back to you, you get them started on step 2, which is about helping them with their why and their story, and like make sure you read GoPro and those sort of things. And then we get started on step 3, which is the game plan chat. So yeah, and I guess in that time you can be working with them on how to post. And I know one of the steps has got like the social media training by Lauren and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Jana, did you want to add anything to the 80-15-5 section?
No. I've got to watch bits and pieces all day. I'm trying to sit down and watch it properly today. But I got to watch the first 10 minutes before getting interrupted, and then it just kept happening and happening. I'm like, ugh. I was going to do it at 2 o'clock this morning, and I went, no, I probably need to go to sleep. But I know that I've got I know that I want too much from my team, and I've always, it's not me wanting it for my personal gain, but I'm wanting it for them all the time. And it's something that Lauren's been working with me for quite some time. So I just know that I need to take a step back and let them want what they want, and then let them, figure out how they're going to achieve that, and me be here to support them. But with that Start Strong call that you Start Strong thing with Linda, I think it's in the Google Drive, because I know I stole it and I created one for our team, and I'm happy to share that in our little team page, so you guys can have a look at ours too if you want. And then a lot of the links to do with Adam and Kira or Linda, or some of them are to do with our team page, which you won't be able to see, but I'm happy to pop that in there so you guys can have a look at that as well.
That'd be amazing, Jana.
Yeah, no problem. I'll type up my response properly, Mel. I'll promise I'll get it done today. I've had 3 new team already start, and I've got 3 more coming on. So I've just been flat out between. They're my direct ones, and then in the broader team there's another 4. So it's just been a bit crazy.
Awesome. Well, I told you I function well with accountability, so I knew I was hosting the call today. So I blocked out my whole morning. I came home from training. I haven't had a shower or anything, as you can tell. And I'm frantically sitting here watching everything in between other calls and freeways and stuff. So,
you did amazing.
Yeah, I got it all. 5 minutes, I think. I finished 5 minutes early. Went to the toilet and sat down. Went, right, here we go.
Awesome.
Nothing like the last minute.
And how we're 4th, like equal 4th. How crazy is that?
We're amazing.
I knew we had 100% like with the team challenge, but I didn't know where we'd sit plus our individual points. So that was really cool. I was like, oh my God, because some of those teams are like full of bloody NMDs and QNMDs because they're all at conference, and I'm like, yeah, our team rocks.
Yeah, it was really cool because I know there's 60 teams, and I know how we all function as teams. So I'm just assuming everyone's like us. People are turning up, and then I start hearing, oh, no one's turning up. We don't even have a Zoom call each week. I'm like, really? So I thought we must be doing okay. And then when I saw we were 4th, I was like, whoa!
You know what that means? That means we're part of the 5%, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes.
It's awesome. Honestly, this group is really helping me get my mojo back, because I do have that accountability. And you know what? It's accountability to people that I don't know as well. So that's even stronger.
Yeah.
I can't BS my way through this. I've got to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I love that I've been able to step away from my team with this as well. I mean, even though Lindsay's in this, but Lindsay's the only one really in my team all constantly doing the do. But some of them just need me to bloody babysit them all the time, or some of them it's because I want too much for them. So that's been like what I've loved.
You'll love the recording then.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. I'm going to watch that as soon as I'm done.
Yeah. I was just saying, Jana, that was me. That was my business for probably the first 3 years.
Yeah.
Was wanting it so much for everybody else, and I would spend that much time trying to do everything for them and convince them that this is what they need to be doing, and all it did is it burnt me out, wore me out.
Yeah.
And I know it was only just recently that I realised I need systems, procedures, I need everything kind of mapped out. I like to have that structure so that everything's just like this, and not doing everything for people.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't matter how much you want it for them. If they don't want it, you're going to be. It's just wasted breath, wasted energy, wasted air. Let them be. Let them earn what they want to earn. Let them, sit on the log like I was saying before. Sit on a log, but don't sell the log with them. Just keep running with the ones that want to work. You'll love that. You'll love that recording because there's a big section in there on
Crazy.
give them 3 tasks, and when they come back to you and they've done those 3 tasks, then you keep working with them.
Yeah.
And the ones that do, they get it done.
Well, I've got Linda's thing to finish watching on my phone. I'll watch that and then I'll watch this again. Buddy, it's not Mother's Day yet.
So the task is obviously writing 200 words, 20 points on what you learned. So we've just kind of covered that. 5 different ways we can meet the needs of the micro entrepreneurs, which are at 80%. So
do we do that 200 words individually, or are we doing that as a team?
no, I think that's individually.
I'm pretty sure it's a team. The individual task is separate. It's all right. That's what I get from our recordings. I've put it all together as best I can and collate it, and then I've been sending it off. I'll just check the sheet.
So if we have 20 points between what we've all said.
Yeah.
That's perhaps if we just put what our points were from that. If we just put that in there, and then we can just streamline it all, because there'll be heaps of crossover.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, if we all just go in and comment, your points, that'd be awesome and make it a bit easier. And now those new sheets that came out with the, oh God, they're stupid. I don't know if you even saw, there's new, someone told us about, I can't remember who it was now. There's these new score sheets, and they're kind of good in how they changed it. So each fortnight I have to do one like that for everybody. So
that's all our team on there.
Yeah. And then I do the fortnight on the other sheet, and then I email it through to James and list the two totals together, and plus the 2. But I'm going to still put this week's through on Sunday, and then I'm just going to keep putting ours in weekly, so we're accountable. Because what the other teams were doing is they're waiting till the end of the 2 weeks, and they're all trying to cram it, and they weren't getting it done.
No.
And I think that'll be great if, we keep being level with people. If they're seeing that we're making ourselves accountable and getting it in early, we might get extra points for that to bump it up.
Yeah, because he also said if somebody was even 10 minutes late after 8 p.m, he'll just go to whoever was right on before 8 p.m, or he'll go whoever's next 8 p.m, 8:01 p.m, 8:02 p.m, or whatever. So if we're putting it in beforehand and I'm getting it in before 8 p.m, we're doing good.
Yeah, amazing. All right, so and then the same thing with the 5 ways we can meet the needs of the micro entrepreneur, and the same 5 needs we can do to meet the 20% or the 15 and the 5%ers. Do we want to run through some things now, or do we want to pop them in the chat later?
Well, I think we can already start with what Kristen was saying that Jody does with them. You've got your purple leader chat, and then you've got everyone else. They're ready to plug in when they're ready, but you're only working with the workers.
Yep.
I think that was a great strategy.
Yep.
It seems to work really well for her, because everyone that's in it, so she runs an event every Wednesday, and she knows in that she can come to our group and say who's in, who's doing product, who's doing business, and we're all going to put our hands up, and then we go then to our team under us, and then she goes to the wider group to ask for extra input. But a lot of the time it'll just be us, one of that core group, and then as people are putting their hands up more and more and more, they just get popped in there to, and it's for me, it worked for me because it made me feel a bit special. So I'm a part of this special group, so now I want to do even more and work even harder because I'm one of her her purple marbles. So it motivates me to work more as well, if that makes sense.
The purple marble, that's cool.
Yeah.
I do the same. So is that Jody? Did you say Kristen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once they get my team get to SDVF and they're qualified and then they still want it, they all go into it whatever level they are in my business. They all come up to the leaders one, and then once they get to SSC, there's another one there as well. But otherwise, all my leaders have their own ones, which they add me to, but they only do the @Jana when they need me to plug in and help.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea. Breaking it down even a bit more, I guess, just even with that 80%, everyone is at such different places with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes like some will feel overwhelmed, some want to do a little bit, some want to do a bit more. That I think that sounds like a great way to accommodate for all of them.
And then and for my leaders, it means they really only have to concentrate on really helping their team to get to SDVF and looking towards qualifying, and then their team comes over to me, and then once they get to SSC, then they'll have their own little leaders group happening as well. So it's
almost like a nice way to remind you to keep it simple, because I don't know why, but it just took me so long to click and just get it is SDVF and qualify, like wash, rinse, repeat, and that's it. That's literally what we're doing.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of that. The different little mastermind groups and that sort of thing.
Sorry. Maybe just really nutting out their why and their like business vision right at the start to work out what they want. Because often, like I know for me, I've had some girls join my team and, you know, you just assume that they want to go all the way. You assume that they want to, you know, earn X amount of money. But I think really nutting out exactly what they want out of it, so then you can devote enough time and energy into like giving them what they want and what they need, and then reminding them, like if they get off track, you know, bringing them back to their why and reminding them of what it is.
So with that, Jo, I guess a lot of that is probably something that we should be covering in the game plan chat. But a great idea that Kim and Tori Odo, they shared with me last year at the 90-day game plan. They said with their team, I guess when they come to them and they need a bit of coaching, or they're like, I'm struggling, I'm being challenged, what they actually do with them is get them to record a 1 to 2 minute like video of themselves talking about what their why is, sending it to them. So then when they get off track, they can send it back and say, is this still important to you?
That's cool.
Yeah. And I put that out to my team last year when I had a lot of the, I guess, people who weren't working. And the only people who came back to me with videos are the people who are still in my business today and are the ones with their hands up working. Everyone else didn't do it and they didn't renew, and that really showed me where I needed to put my time.
That's cool. I remember that.
Yeah. Cool. And look, I was, but my business is getting a little bit busier now. So I obviously do, coming under Adam, we actually went through this last night. We create curiosity, we get them to an event or watch a recording, and we start a three-way message, or they start it with me as their mentor. So there'd be, say, Lindsay with her new teamie that's interested, and then there's me running the three-way conversation. Two messages in there. I normally get it to a Zoom, and then I get them to say yes. So, but in that phone call, it's always all about them finding out their why they, you know, loved the event, why they're interested. And then after that, if it is a yes and they've ordered their product, then I actually was doing a start strong call with them individually to nut out that why straight away. Obviously, their why changes pretty quickly once they get to about SDVF. But now that the team's getting quite large, I have to do a start strong call once a fortnight, so they can all hop on there and I get to meet them, because some of the team now, it's getting to that stage now where I'm not sure who's brought them on, but I'm meant to be doing all those three ways, so I'm just forgetting who's who. So to do it that way as well. But I really love the idea of them recording their why. I get them to record their shares so they can get used to being happy to share on an event. So they share their product story and they share their business story. So I get them to have a go at recording that a few times on their phone so they feel a little bit comfortable and they can see how much time, because that's meant to be done in 2 minutes. So maybe I can add the why to it, the why recording as well.
That's a really great idea, I think, with getting them to record, because sometimes, I guess, if they haven't done it before and they're doing it for the first time, it can either be like too short or just way too long.
Yeah, or they just blank out and I have to keep asking the question over and over again and they're like, oh, what was it you asked me?
I think it also shows how serious they are, because that's that little bit, like a lot of people are scared to get in front of a video and video themselves. So if they're kind of courageous enough to actually do that, you know that they're going to be courageous enough to take a few extra steps as time goes on. But if they completely blank out and don't want to do it, then it probably shows you that they're not going to have both hands up straight away anyway.
Yeah.
A little bit of a weeding out process, perhaps.
Yeah.
Can I ask, with this bit where it says about conduct a survey with your
Yeah.
are we all doing that, or what's
I think they're just, aren't they extra things to do on the bottom?
with the micro?
So from looking at that, it looks like you're interviewing a micro entrepreneur on your team.
Yeah.
Because it says that if you don't have a micro entrepreneur within your team, seek permission to speak with someone else's. So is that us asking someone within our team those questions?
I don't know.
Yeah, and then are we all meant to do that?
Oh, yeah, I think that's an additional thing that you can do.
Okay.
Is it meant to be like a jackpot?
It's not. It doesn't involve our points at all.
So that's just one of those eager beaver things
Yeah.
if you want to do a little bit more.
I think that's great though, because you could create a survey and then you could then use that when you've got your team started and just say, you know, what do you need? What do you need to make this successful? What support do you need from me? What do you love? How do you learn? What can you do better? It can be something that you implement maybe as they're working towards SDVF or when they've come up with some challenges. I don't know. I think that's great.
Yeah.
What I was thinking would even be great is those profiles that they got us to do last week. I guess for people who want to do it as they're going up the levels, that's a great thing for them to do. And then I guess it gives them a bit more direction when they're answering those kinds of questions.
Yeah.
Because I found it just so beneficial for me just to check in and be like, actually, I'm struggling with that because I learn better this way and needing this support.
Yeah.
Basically, this is what we're doing now. I know we're a part of like a group challenge, but this is a training program. This is like if at the end of all this, if we put our heads together, we could create an amazing training package for all of our teams to then pass on down the track and say, this is
Duplication.
your coaching program. This is your program. In fact, you know, each module, you do a module a week. And then when you come out of that, you'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, that's...
Programs. I'm all about, it's the teacher in me, I'm all about modules and training packages and programs.
Well, I guess like in the video, Linda mentioned training slows down momentum, but with this training package that you're talking about creating, that's then something I guess that we would pass on to people who have two hands up, that want more, that want to do better, they want to improve. So it's sitting there for those that want it, but we're not forcing it on everyone because we're seeing it even just within ourselves with our own businesses. It's creating momentum and helping each of us individually.
Yeah.
So I think,
or it's the blueprint, or it's the blueprint person. So it's either the ones that are putting their hands up, going yep, or it's the blueprint, which is Mel, I reckon. I reckon you're right.
Everything on paper
because
it's all printed out. I can't do this on the screen.
Even with that start strong pack, thing that we've created for our team, I don't suggest that for all of them if they're getting a bit lost or whatever, because like, Laura just said, they slow down. As soon as they start reading that, they've had momentum and now all of a sudden they're reading this package, they slow down and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm just working through the start strong thing. I'm like, oh, ignore it. Just do the little bits that we're giving you to do to get you to DVF. Now just concentrate on the SDVF stuff.
See, that's great. Where I guess the steps have come in place is we're starting everyone on those, and then the people that want more, we refer them to those starter guides.
Yeah,
cool. So then the other part of the project, the individual part, is watching the Tony Robbins stuff, which this time last year I was at Date with Destiny, and this is all stuff from that. So it's been amazing to actually go back and go, oh my God, 12 months, it's amazing how quickly you kind of lose the connection with it. So that was amazing to go back and do that. And doing a vision board.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's the other part of it. So I don't know, do we need to discuss anything on that?
Just about the vision boards, I mentioned on the call last week that I've already done a recent business one where she's got write a values list of the team you want to create within your own business. They should cover X, Y, and Z. Is that something that I'm completing separately and we're submitting that separately, or is that more just for us? Or should that be on my vision board?
Nah, I reckon submit it. So give us a picture, just take a picture of your vision board and put it in when I'll pop a post in to attach it to. But then point out what some of those things are on your vision board and why. I think that's what they want, because she mentioned that briefly the other night as well. So
it's kind of like evaluating your vision board and
why it's
critiquing it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same, I did a vision board for my business at the start of the year, which was something Adam and Kira and Brian and Fiona got us all to do. So do you then think it's okay to use that, or do a sort of little updated version? Or if I just use that one I've got and then
use it.
I guess like you just got to look at it and see, are all those things still current and relevant for your business and the direction you want it to go today?
Yeah.
And if it is, that's great. But if it's not, then maybe update
it. Yeah. And then just add the written.
And I don't know have you guys had a go? There's that one on you can do on your phone. So if you do need to do one at all, or you got to do an update one, it's called what's it called? Home something. Hay House. It's a really cool little app, and you can create a vision board on there. So you can go and copy all your photos of travel and make a QNMD one, or make a 3 club one or a 12 club one, or put a specific date in there, a pretend check. You can make all those little mini posts, and then you put them into that Hay House, and it makes a vision board. And I'll see if I can show you on my phone. A vision board is actually my screensaver now, but I don't know if you can actually see it.
And they've got, you can kind of create one on Task Manager Pro as well.
Yes, you can, yeah. I don't like that one.
There's another one too that I used to have, but I've obviously taken it off because I haven't used it. I can't remember what it was called though.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this Hay House one.
Yeah, it's quite good. I like it. So that's the one that's on my phone.
Jana, what was the one?
Hay House. Yeah. It's a weird name, but that's what it is.
Yeah, because my one's like I bought a canvas and cut and pasted like old school units up in my house. I could do both. I could use that and do a little updated online one.
Like I just went and created, obviously went in and got a blank check and then wrote the figure on it and then put a date on it. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
That's it, guys. I just typed in Hay House and it came up with Hay House and a couple other things, and it came up with Hay House vision board.
Yeah, it's like a little corkboard. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
So then I just, took some snaps of Disneyland and I took one of my physique in the gym. I just put and a few like quotes on there, and then it's got dates check. It's got some paddle boards. It's got a caravan. It's got a few different things on there. It's pretty cool. Yes,
All right. Does anyone have anything they want to add or talk about or before we finish?
I think the only thing is, if we want to win, is we just got to concentrate a little bit on ourselves as well. Like that's the only thing. I don't know how that girl smashed out 100. And what was her top score for an interview? It's like something crazy. She must have got like
10 customers or something,
or 10 new team. I don't know. It was massive. It's like
well, if you're promoting the shred and you get everyone on all the products, that's like 3 points per person.
That's right. Yeah. So that was before the new 14-day thing came out. But Trust with our shred. Oh, you guys, on the shred, but I don't know. But otherwise, that's the only thing. I think we keep getting in and we're doing 100%. Our goal was 80%. At the moment, we're smashing out 100. So it's just then trying to figure it out. And I was just saying to Jo, I wanted to share with her what I found that's just started working with our team. Just it's not really about our group goal, but it is about a group goal. It's personal. Is what we've been doing is going out, like every week my team have to go out and join at least another 3 to 5 new groups, and every day they need to be starting about a minimum of 5 conversations a day. And to do that, what we've been doing, instead of advertising and going out to these pages and looking for their rules and figuring out when we can advertise, we're going in and just starting conversations with people, whether it's about health, whether it's about kids not eating properly, whether it's about opportunity, whether it's about, family care, childcare. We just start these conversations, and in the end we can normally find a little bit of want or why and a couple of messages. And then what we is we're attaching a link to a post back to our business page. So I'm sure most of you have either got a tribe page or a business page, but it doesn't bring up a picture. It just, because it's straight to a post, not to the actual business page itself. And people get a little bit going, oh, what is it? Because they can't actually see. So they're clicking on it, and then they're seeing the advert or the post that's created, and they're like, oh, I like this. And then at the end of that post, it just says, please comment, yes, please, or more info, please, or whatever I've got on the end of it. And we've had like quite a bit. We've just had, I've got 2 3-ways tonight in the UK, for one of the girls. I've got another 12 overnight, another 12 inquiries from what I've linked it to. But then, so my business page was generally just opportunity, but I've gone back in and put a few health ones in there. So if someone is just wanting health stuff now, we can link it back to that as well. But it's without advertising, because you just can't get away with it in many of the groups now. So we're just finding that that's really been working for us at the moment. So it was, just something I wanted to share with you all.
So, Jan, do you mean like you posting, like starting a conversation in a group, or commenting on a conversation in a group? I comment. Sometimes I don't even comment straight away. I wait for everybody else to go in and put comments, because sometimes I could go in there and there's 22 comments that I could respond to within whoever's created that original post. So I know a lot of people watching will go in there and just write, at the end of that conversation, they'll do a little bit of communicating with the person that did it, and then they'll just leave it and they'll walk away. But there's 20 other conversations above there that they could be going into and actually responding to individually, and those people aren't actually expecting it, because it's all about the person that did the original post. So like one, for instance, last night was a mum that's returning back to work. Her husband works 6 days a week, and she was just, considering what was out there and what was available, more or less. And I just left it for a couple of hours, and even a couple of my girls responded because they're still learning the process. And then they left it. And I'm like, oh my God, girls, go back and have a look. There's 28 other mamas in there saying they've got the same problem. Go in and respond to each one of those. Just ask them, because they're talking about budgets and so forth, and just scraping by. And I sort of ask, if you didn't have to scrape by, what would your lifestyle be like? What would it, what would excite you, or what extra would you like to hit your bank account, or whatever? And they're like, oh, why do you ask? And I just make that conversation, and then I get to put that little post pretty much at the end of everything I put in there, and they might click on it or they may not, but another 6 read my little comment that I put against that person, and it just kept getting more and more and more. So I know Brian's team are really lucky that they've got that Kira ad constantly going, and that funnels back into their team page, and people get to respond to people that way, but we don't have that. And even if I tried to do a recording as amazing as that, I don't think I'd be able to draw in what Kira draws in, because she's just Kira. What Kira? Which one do you mean? Which Kira?
Mummy's on a Mission one?
Yeah. So he's linked that back to his
Facebook. That's his. Yeah, he created that.
Brian made that ad.
Yeah,
That's how I got it. And I responded to that ad, and then Jody contacted me. So I'm in that team, but I've never, just so you guys know, I've never had anything funnel down to me, and I'm 2 under Brian. So
yeah, just frontline, I think.
It's doing amazing, which is really good. Can I ask with yours, when you're saying you're putting a link in there, it's not a link to a event.
Sometimes it is. I've got my own business page, so I've got my ABN. I've got I own Opulent Health and Wellness. So in my business page is a website, and it's a business page. In there is a variety of posts. I don't have a niche. I don't think I do anyway. I actually probably am all about families and travelling. I'd really like to get my family in a caravan and just head off around Australia. But in saying that, my team is very mixed bundle of people. So I came in under Lauren, and she was boss girl, boss, whatever she is, and it wasn't us. So I quickly had to really sit down and do the Simon Mitchell 21 MFA and figure out what my niche was, and for my team really, so it was something that we could all utilise. So in my business page, I have posts, I have all the events that I attend to, or my team attend to. They're all in there as events. So Lauren's are in there, Adam's are in there, mine are in there. So I do 3 events a week. I do 3 on Zoom and I do 1 live, so they're all in there. So my team can invite people through that way, so they can share that link to the event as well. But what I do is I have a variety of posts in there that I just pretty much keep posting over and over again. There'll be 4 or 5 different opportunity ones. So for the traveller, for the backpacker, for the families travelling, for the stay-at-home mum. And then I've got some, I've just added health because it's working for the opportunity. I want to help generate some customers. I popped in a pregnancy one, a kids eat free study one, and just a general health one, I think. So I've just started putting those in there as well so they can use that. So when we go in and respond, we find the post that's related to the conversation, copy that link, and then go in, put in whatever we want to type in and make it relatable to that person or to that conversation that's going on, and then I just drop that link at the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask some advice, hopefully? So I'm in a similar thing where I'm in a group that's all people who have this rare condition with their throat that I have. And a few of them were talking about, asking advice on what have you found helps, what doesn't, blah, blah, blah. And I've been really hesitant to say about this stuff, which has helped me, like, I can't even say it's turned my whole health and my life around, this Juice Plus products. But I've been hesitant to say because I don't want to come across as I don't know, I feel like I'm being a salesperson or something. But it came up in conversation in a thread on the wall, and someone's written to me and said, oh, what is it? And now I don't know how to – now I think, okay, now what do I do? Because it's something that other people are going to be able to see as well.
Yeah.
Is that the sort of thing where you'd say put a link in there to an event or something?
Yeah, maybe in that circumstance, a link to an event. I always just go back to it's a lifestyle program. It's all based around whole foods, and what it's done for me personally and my family has been massive. But, I'm happy to share further, or I don't ever say PM me or comment me or whatever. Yeah, okay, in a minute. Maybe an event link. Just say, yeah, I'd love to show you more. There's a free event, on at this time and this place, and see if they will come through for you that way. Then that's not being pushy. I know Casey was the same.
It's a huge market for me, and because it's personal, we've all got the same condition, and it's helped me more than anything over the last 5 years that I've tried. So I don't want to kind of, and especially now with the challenge, I'm like, this could be, big.
And Casey's got one of my girls, she suffers from a specific arthritis, and I saw it come up on a mummy's page the other day, and I quickly added her, adding her to the page, and then I sent her a message going, I've just added you to this new group. Can you go in and respond? I said, I could respond, but you're personal with it. And she had 18 people respond to her. And that took a while too, trying to, and because it's straight away they're like, what is it? You can't, can't share it specifically, but I can share with.
Can I just pipe in quickly just about that sharing specifically, because I had a experience last year where I did it the wrong way, and just to highlight the importance of that, I guess I was talking to this person, sharing my experience, how, I found something that's really changed my life in X, Y, and Z way. And then when they said, okay, but what is it called? I shouldn't have done it, but I name dropped Juice Plus. And then I had someone come onto the thread, and they've ruined it for every single person who was interested, saying that's a scam, that doesn't work. Here's a link saying why it doesn't work. And then, it just ruined the whole thing for me. And I just kicked myself again and again, because there were about 10 lives that could have been changed dramatically if I hadn't have done that. But again, that was quite a while ago. So just, to highlight that importance of what you're saying, Jana. It's really great to hear how you're doing it.
Yeah, and look, I don't know about you guys, but Lauren always says to us, that SMART acronym. So, be specific, measurable, this is with everything, specific, measurable, attainable, retainable, and time-bound with everything we do. I think, I always think about the program. I never mention the product, because you'll get, or even if you do that and then someone else hops on Juice Plus later or does it, they might do it the wrong way, and it gives you a bad name because you're also doing Juice Plus. So
that's right. That's
why I was so quick to get out there and try and establish my name isn't really drawing people. Opulent Health and Wellness, what is that about? But my kids are about Optimus Prime, and I'm all about synergy. And so it was just a multi thing altogether. But the name doesn't draw people, but how we use it and how we share the links is what's working for us. I just wanted to share it to see if it might help you guys. Not that I think I've got any customers this month, but if my new I don't start my girls up, my new team up either until they're DVF. So unless they've got 1,000 points, I don't let them pay for their business. So just because a lot of them are only so tight, and it's like, well done already. You've joined the business, you're DVF, you got $100 bonus, and you got about at least $180 in profit. And that's why my other one will probably be more like week 4. She only needs 1 customer, but and then hopefully these other 3 will jump on. But that's something that what we do with the girls is all of my team is trying to wait. Some of them don't want to wait. Some of them just want to get on board and do it, but then they might miss out on some of those bonuses at the start, which is it can be hard.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
had that with it wasn't my front line, but just underneath me, we had one girl quite, I guess, upset she missed out on that $100 bonus. So I had to do a little bit of training about, why we do wait until we've got those 1,000 points. But then I guess a great way to help them not to lose hope and lose that momentum is just by, it's as simple as getting 2 more customers to get more than $100 back into your paycheck that you would have got with that bonus. And when I shared that with this girl, she was like, oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
And she had that fire and that momentum again. So, but no, I definitely agree with you about, I try and, definitely don't sign people up until they've got those 1,000 points.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome, ladies. Anything else?
No, I've got lots of inspo after today though, so thank you all.
I have to actually. This has been a good week for me. It's a good week to step in and lead.
Yeah, it's your week 3. So
It's week 3. Keep me accountable for next week, please, because this is where it goes sideways.
Kristen's, sorry, I keep saying Kirsten. Kristen's going to run the Zoom next week.
Yay.
But, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff in there to keep you accountable, Mel.
Yeah. No, I'm good now. I'm in now. Especially now I've got that competitive streak too, so seeing how we're coming 4th, I want to do better than that.
No, that was so good. I know.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Big boost.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's finish off there. We're on time, right on time. So
cool. If
thanks,
everyone,
lady.
obviously I'll watch this and I'll watch the other one again, but maybe just put what you can into the comments, and then your individual ones, I'll do another post for that to go up against your vision boards. I'll do a vision board one.
Cool. Fast forward the first 4 minutes of the event, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It was just us kind of sitting there looking a bit stunned going, don't want to talk. Don't want to say anything. We're recording.
Cool. I'll unload that straight up. It takes about 45 minutes between it loading to the computer and then loading into YouTube, but then I'll send it over.
Thanks for all your skills, Jana.
Winging it. Bye.
Awesome. See you guys. See you next week.